Welcome back to Mornings on 2. It's 8:36. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but some old-time cameras may be worth a whole lot more. Consumer editor Tom Vakar takes a look in today's treasure hunt.
Discount Cameras at Kearney and Market in San Francisco is one of the many places you'll find the latest in cameras and supplies, but it's also one of the few places that seriously specializes in pre-owned, collectible, and vintage cameras.
Here we're looking for cameras that people can use, that the film is still manufactured. Some of the older cameras, they no longer make film, and that's what hurts the older vintage cameras.
In many cases, these perfectly functional cameras, which predate our modern automatic, self-focusing, exposure-adjusting cameras, lay idle in closets, attics, and storage all over the Bay Area.
Some of the cameras are too complicated for the people, so they just won't use it. And so we get people coming in trading, maybe trade the older camera in for a newer one that they'll use.
Nonetheless, they're fine instruments sought after by many buyers. One reason Discount Camera always keeps at least 500 in stock.
It's almost impossible to manufacture an old camera today and sell for a reasonable price.
Here are four of the more popular older cameras. The Nikon goes for about 500, the Canon 400, the Pentax 300, and the Minolta 200.
And a lot of those are sitting around in people's closets.
Here's a rare Leica M5, retail value about $2,000. Here's an even more rare Nikon F2 titanium body, retail value $2,500. Here's another rare camera, the Olympus Pen. It shoots 2 pictures on each frame, $500. And look at this, a German Rolly, a very small camera, but still worth $1,000. Here's an extremely rare Zeiss fisheye lens. New, it would cost $10,000. This one that was sitting in a sock drawer is worth $5,500. You can check prices at camera stores, pawn shops, newspaper classified ads, and even on the World Wide Web. 3 of the most complete: DiscountCameras.com, PacificRimCamera.com, and CameraStore.com.
Tom Vakar now joins me with more on these old cameras. Everyone's got old cameras lying around the house. How do you get the most for your money? How do you find out what they're really worth?
Well, you can find out what they're worth, as we said, by looking in papers and doing all of that stuff. How you get the most for it is to sell it on your own. Many of these places, including Discount Camera, will purchase these cameras from you instantly, but they'll only give you about 1/3 of what it can be sold for retail, because they have to recondition the camera, they have to warranty it, they have to put it in their inventory and all of that. So let's say, for example, if you have, let's say, a camera that might be worth $900, you're talking about $300 from a discount camera or a wholesale price. So if you want the most money, you have to sell it on yourself, but that can be a hassle.
I brought in an old camera. This is one of those Polaroid land cameras, very popular about 35 years ago, and I'm wondering what it might be worth. And I brought this in specifically because it's a very unique camera. It had a built-in flaw that Polaroid had to correct. I want to show some pictures of UFOs or alleged UFOs that were taken on a camera like this.
Probably worth less than $100, but something that somebody might want.
Yeah. I show these pictures of the UFOs in a second here. You're going to see us faking pictures with this camera, and I mentioned the built-in flaw. The interesting thing about these Polaroid cameras is they printed onto paper, not onto film, and you could take as many exposures as you wanted with these and create multiple exposures. And what we saw here was a case down in Florida that I worked on. That was a very young Mark Curtis there, but these were multiple exposures. You take a picture in a dark room and then go outside, and you could take one over the Golden Gate Bridge and make it look like a real UFO. Because of the uniqueness of this, might it have any extra value or worth because of the fact it had that built-in flaw?
Let's put it this way. If somebody did a show about that, if somebody did a movie about that, if somebody very famous decided to take pictures with that kind of camera, yeah, but it's like many other things. It just has a value based on what people are willing to pay, and at the moment, this is not one of the most sought-after cameras. It's the more kind of German and Japanese construction of a real machine, a precision instrument. That's the thing that seems to have the most interest right now.
Now, I mentioned to you this does not work any longer. Does that, how does that greatly reduce the value of a camera like this?
It almost completely destroys its value. When they're talking about these kinds of older cameras, what we're talking about are cameras that are in working condition that can actually take pictures. Now, there are certain very, very, very old cameras, whether or not they make film for them, whether or not they're working, but these cameras are so rare. I'm talking about stuff that people are likely to find in their closets, their basements, and in their garages.
All right, Tom, thanks for joining us, everybody. Check your closets and attics and garages, find out what those cameras are worth. It's 8:41. Let's go out and join Mark Pitta this morning. Good.
Holiday savings are now at Camera Boutique. Polaroid's one-step flash. Picture taking as easy as point and shoot, only $29. For the more advanced photographer, Polaroid's top-of-the-line Spectra system with self-timer and full auto flash, only $99. And introducing Captiva, the newest Polaroid, technically advanced, you get clear, sharp pictures in minutes, then stores them in unique photo chamber, only $139. Get these great deals and more at Camera Boutique for everything photographic. Holiday savings are now at Camera Boutique. Minolta's Freedom Escort with precise autofocusing, auto flash, complete kit $119. Or how about Minolta's Action Zoom? Super compact autofocusing and auto flash, complete kit only $179. For the advanced user, it's Minolta's 3XI autofocusing 35mm SLR with smart flash manual option, 3580 power zoom, 3-year extended warranty, and bonus video. $419. Camera Boutique for everything photographic.